Hey guys, what's up? This is Scher talking. Welcome back to my channel. This is yet another video about an upcoming update, and we just got a data download on the game today, and they added some new stuff. Well, we were talking about this on my Discord channel. They are releasing the Round 3 award banner into the game. They have 3 different styles to be summoned now. There's Silver Dragon. This is Silver Dragon is a girl. And there's Neidhart and Claudia. It's worth noticing that they are all Romancing Saga Mistral Song characters. So people that love that game will probably want to summon now. And Silver is a good character. She was already before the global release. Claudia was the most underwhelming character from here, because Claudia is a character that has like 8 different styles in the Japanese version of the game. So you have lots of different inheritance, lots of different attacks. When you get a character that has way too many different SS styles, you have to think about the future and how much this style compared to the other ones, because sometimes you can still use a different style. Like I said in the past, for Halloween Vampire Lady, one style did not remove the utility of the other one, but this Claudia didn't have any purpose if you think about the future. And what did? They buffed her, and now she has a peculiar thing on her favor against all the other styles. Well, they are smart, and we all know this. And then we have Neidhart, and well, Neidhart is not bad per se, but he's above average only in an age where we need special characters, and like when I say unicorns, characters that can do stuff the others can't. Neidhart is a tank, but not a tank, that can buff the squad, but sadly not on turn 1. We'll talk about him and all these characters in a preview on this video. And they also added this other information about the new tower, Divine Tower Claudia. Even more styles of Claudia, because why not? The sprite art is pretty nice, actually. And it's just a tower. We already have this with a lot of different characters. And this one is just for inheritance options, if you have an SS Claudia. But they are not showing the most important thing, and it's episode 13. You cannot find this information inside the game, but it will be released today. I can't believe it. So now we are here on the SaGa Wiki Discord, and Baxim Alexandros just got this information here about the download data. There's a lot of good things to talk. This is the Divine Tower for Claudia. This is probably the boss, and defeating the boss you get this new S style. And you have a new event called Thwart All Evil that you need to bring this version of Robin to your squad, so you have time to get him maxed so that he can do damage. He's not bad. I think that he's one of the best free styles in the game, and especially because we don't have many Happier users that are good. So this event will be interesting. They are not explaining this here, but I believe this will be released, today as well. And after this event here, Thwart All Evil, they have the information about the banner, like this image here. Silver, Claudia, Neidhart. Okay. We have some logging bonuses for 3,000 jewels, especially for those that are needing more jewels. And guys, there's the information about the episode 13. I really don't know why they didn't update the new sections to talk about the new expansion, because, man, story expansion in this game is super important because it gives us more status to use on our characters. So, besides that, we have this other information here, Thanksgiving Feast logging bonuses. I can see on this image here some strange items. I really don't know if there are gems here, but there's a turkey, and this turkey is a stamina potion. Yeah, and Ryder43 even says it. So thank you, Ryder, as well. And here we have the information about the release, that Thwart All Evil event with Robin today. Episode 13 today, and Claudia Tower today as well. So we have plenty of content to play, and I'll be doing a live stream, so please follow me on the updates. We'll be playing this game live and checking the new characters, the new events. But I know you guys want to know if these characters are worth summoning or not, and I'll be giving a preview. And well, let's start with Silver. The Silver that we are able to summon with this banner is actually the second of the image. The first one is a Platinum style, and the last one is a Summer style. The Platinum style is a little stronger in status, and this one we were supposed to be able to summon for already, but because they are changing the release of the banners, we still haven't seen this one, so the first ever Silver will be this one. And this one here is interesting because of something. She's not perfect, But Silver is a character that deals slash and elemental damage with multiple attacks. The first attack is called Kayakith, and it's okay attack, not good, not bad. And the second one is where things start getting interesting. We have a random chance of performing 2 to 4 attacks with an E power 9 modifier, so this can be used on turn 1. You can reduce this to 8 BP. The problem is that if you are playing on auto, she will only use this on start and then just keep using this first skill here. That it's not good, it's not interesting. We already have way too many slashers, so she's only different on turn 1 where she uses freezing slasher and then she keeps using Kayakith. The freezing slasher by itself is very strong. It means that if you are able to do 4 attacks, you will do very strong damage for a skill that costs only 8 BP, but you still have a random chance of being 2, 3 or 4 attacks. It's good if you are using her on content where the enemies are really too cold, but past that, she is kinda close but not as strong as global exclusive Katarina. That is if she uses 4 attacks. And well, to compensate this, she also has access to Beer Crash, and this one is just a strong attack. We already saw this with a lot of characters like Gustav, even Ward has this. And well, SS damage with 9 BP cost. Very good, but also nothing extraordinary, since it's a skill that's available since the start of the game. And well, looking on her passive, she has reduced damage when she's on full HP, it's a waste. The second one increases damage when she's on full HP. Okay. But I don't know if she has all that speed to be so strong. Well, she does. She does have a very high speed, but the whole squad needs to be super fast in order to not take any AoE damage, and you have to kill all your targets on turn 1. Yeah. The last one is just fired up 4. I don't think she's so important right now. I think that it's more about inheritance. I will explain a little more about this, because the other style of her, this first one that is the Platinum, it's also worth noting that this style here has a higher cap for STR, even compared to the Summer style. 5 more STR to the character, just by summoning this version. That is very tempting if you are planning on using this character. So the Platinum style that we'll be able to summon probably in 1 month or something, it's a little different because it has Lightning Slasher instead of the Cold, so you have 2 different elements to attack. And Lightning Slasher is just the same, just a different elemental. And she also has access to this skill called Vandalize. That is super strong, triple S damage, but cannot be used on turn 1, unless they change it. This one is a little better because it increases damage dealt to weak attacks instead of just when you are on full HP. And means 25% increase in damage, and she also has a chance to increase her own STR when she is attacking. It's interesting because if she uses a Lightning Slasher and increases STR on the first hit and gets up to 4 attacks, this will give her more damage, a lot more damage. I think that if she gets an STR buff and performs 4 attacks, she can out-damage a lot of characters in the game. I think that this should be the highest damage in the game if she gets that STR buff before the 4 attacks, but you have only like, 33% chance of this happening. It will not happen all the time, especially because you only have 25% chance of getting the buff. Yeah, you can already see here. But if this happens, maybe it will be very good. I don't know if you can cheese content with this. And yeah, this is all about the future, because the Platinum style seems a little more interesting, but you need this version so you can get more STR, and the Summer style has the best of both worlds. She has a skill that increases both cold and lightning damage, and you can reduce this to 0, so it's a free skill to use, and it lasts for 3 turns. Yes, 25% increase in elemental damage, a very interesting thing. She also has one attack that's cold and another one that's lightning, but I don't think this style will be released anytime soon. Oh, and one last thing about Silver is that her future Summer style will have a very good cycling between auto, because the first skill is not used on auto, and Dragon Bolt uses 8 BP. That means that any of the cold or lightning multiple attacks can be reduced to 8 as well, and by using it from inheritance, she will overwritten this attack. So this means that she can use either lightning or freezing slasher on turn 1, then again on turn 3, and again on every 3 turns. it becomes better for farming stages and auto cycling. But it will take so much time to get to this new version of her, and that's why I don't know if it's worth summoning right now. And the next one is Neidhart. And Neidhart only had 2 S styles in the past, one for White Day, standard platinum one, and he has very high SCR, actually very high, and some very good endurance as well, with average dexterity, average agility, very bad intelligence, and okay spirits, I think, and okay charm. The first attack is a swing. Well, I don't really like this attack here. It's AoE, but it has a small chance to inflict stun. He has very poor intelligence, so I don't know how many people he will be able to stun. But it's, oh, well, it's what he has. The second one is Spiral Trust. Recently we got a lot of characters that has an A attack that costs 8 BP, but his one is cost 9. So I don't know why. It's a little more costly than the best attacks we have, like Heaven and Earth, and even we just got Final Empress that also has an attack that uses 8 BP and also has an effect. This one doesn't have an effect, but it's 9. Well, not so interesting. The last attack is Nayuki Kayakith. This one is a triple S damage, but it increases the endurance of all ally survivors by 25%. It's actually okay. The problem is that you cannot use this on turn 1. And, well, talking about his passives, this one is interesting because it increases STR on the start of the turn so that he can use this passive before he attacks. He also recovers BP when he is attacking. And lastly, he has access to Fired Up for 15% increase in damage. Well, I'm not so sold on these passives. Only 25% of getting more BP. He needs more and more to keep going. He doesn't have any attack that's so interesting. Sadly, the only one is the last one, but cannot use it on turn 1, so you kind of have to make a sacrifice. And I don't think we have any inheritance that is good to him right now. And compared to the other styles, I think this first one could be interesting, because it's medium chance instead of small, and it's single targets. Yeah. But this guy here can be skipped. He wants to be used in the front lines. And, well, the last one should be Claudia. And, guys, we have a lot of different styles for Claudia. We have 8 so far. And this one is the one that we'll be able to summon for, but it was changed for Global. We need to talk about how they changed her. But here we cannot see the whole picture. Well, let's just wait a minute. So, I'm here on Reddit, where we have a post by, let's see who posted this. It was posted by G92, and this is like, I think, the Korean YouTube for SaGa Reuniverse, and they had a video showing the new status of Claudia. And there's a resume here, and it's better to understand. I think that Firebringer is the one that kind of explained this better. Claudia lost 9% on her STR. It's very nice because STR does nothing for bow users, and instead she got 2 dexterity and 7 will. So we have to give a look here. And losing STR is a bonus. She got dexterity, so she will get very close to this version of Claudia. But, well, it's more about skills than just status. So getting back to Reddit, she got 7 more will by losing 7 love. And again, she barely needs love. I don't think she needs love at all. So getting will instead of love is another plus. And she lost 2 Sha. Only 2% Sha in order to get 26% increase in intelligence. So, in the end, she got more status than a regular character would had in this point in the game. She is like, if you do the math, she will be similar to this version, that is a summer one, when you compare the final status. Here we have the total. If you get more status, you are compared to characters that are released in the future. So they are just buffing her to future levels in order to give her more utility. And this increase in intelligence is interesting because it's the highest intelligence for Claudia. She will beat all the other styles. So remember when I said that when you have way too many styles of a same character, you want one to be vastly different than the another so that you can keep using it even when they release another? Well, that's what will happen with this Claudia. This high intelligence will be good because Claudia gets access to a lot of different status elements and debuffs. This version will have something very unique already. Starry Rain, It's an attack that is exclusive to her, strong. It can be reduced to 9 B power, hits all enemies, but they added a medium chance to paralyze. A medium chance to paralyze on an AoE attack, it's not easy to find. Well, we have a character that can do similar, but it's Rock Bouquet. Look, Rock Bouquet needs 11 BP to have a small chance of inflicting paralyze, and only on turn 2. This one will be able to do this on turn 1. Specially done for Hidden Dojo. And also some other events like the Tower, you'll be receiving an update to Tower. And if you can get her to a magical formation where it increases even more the intelligence, I think that she can compete with mages in the debuff or status ailment position. It's incredible. Sidewinder is an attack that also has fast, so she has some good things about her, and she did not want to just be a status inflictor. She still wants to do some damage. But you also have another option for AoE damage, and that is Rapid Volley. That should be okay for farming. There's a problem with Auto here because Sidewinder will be used before Rapid Volley. Maybe if you don't awaken Rapid Volley and leave Sidewinder on 5. Yeah, if you awaken Sidewinder to 5, you can use Rapid Volley 2 times in a row. And now about her passives. They changed some stuff here as well. And let's just get back to Reddit. So here they say that the first passive was changed for increasing dex instead of having what is uplifting, 25% of chances of getting BP. Actually, it's better to get a dex buff instead of uplifting because uplifting can mess up with your auto setup. And it makes her for a good damage dealer actually. She has 3 passives, 1 is for the status up, and 2 are for damage. Sadly, Brave Assault is only when she's on full HP, and she doesn't have anything to heal back, I think. But let's just give a look on what will she be able to cast in the future based on status ailments. And now when looking on Inheritance, we can see very nice things here. If you have the Platinum style of Claudia, you can get this first attack that has a high chance of inflicting paralyze, large is high. And it's just like the same thing as Shadow Shades from Rouge. You will be landing a lot of paralyze with this girl. But not only that, she also has access to Deadly Arrow. That's kind of similar to the attack of Summer Selma. She can insta-kill enemies. It's a small chance, but because she has so much intelligence, this will happen more often than not. It can also stun the target. This attack is pretty nice. The last one also increases Dexterity if you want to use her for damage instead of status ailments. And there's also another attack that you can inherit from the Tower version that can inflict Charm. Heartseeker can inflict Charm. Let's click here. This is the Tower version. In the Tower version can inflict Charm with Heartseeker. Sadly, it's not spammable. It's 13 BP. It's too much, but at least it's medium chance. And you can also get Deadly Arrow by the Tower instead of having to rely on getting the Platinum one, unless you don't have the Platinum one. So yeah, guys, this brings more utility to this version of Claudia. I was not expecting this. I was hoping to skip this banner altogether, but now I don't know what I'll be doing. I don't have any gens left, so even if I want to summon, I probably not. And so, is this banner worth summoning for? Claudia is unique. She will be like a 9.0 out of 10 in my opinion, while Silver has some problems with auto, so she is better for Inheritance. I would say that she's like an 8 out of 10. And Neidhart is like a 5 out of 10, but he is never a very strong character in the game. His future style also do not break the barriers. He's still like average, average, and average. Well, if you have too many gems and if you want Claudia, she is the best one from the banner. Just pursue her. Maybe Silver if you are too close to the pity, but I don't suggest you going as far as speeding any of these styles besides Claudia. Yeah, well, I'll be skipping. I don't have the gems. I want to save us a little, so I have more options in the end of the year. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to support the channel, you can use this Patreon, PayPal, or Ko-fi links on the description of the video. We see each other on the next one. Bye.